Hello everyone, welcome to JD's Journeys. My name is JD and today I'm doing the AuthorTube Newbie Tag. AuthorTube? What's that? Well, it's a group of authors that have come together on YouTube to create their own little corner of YouTube. It's a lot like BookTube, but it's much smaller and it's in its infancy. In fact, the original video announcing AuthorTube was only done in August. So I will create a card right up in the corner so you can go see that one. As for this tag, this was created by Jenna the Dark One, and I will leave a link in the description box below. There's also a Facebook group that you can join if you're an author on YouTube, and I will also leave a link in the description box below. But let's get on with the questions. Question 1. How did you find out about AuthorTube? Well, funny you should ask this. I was actually searching BookTube Newbie Tag and there was a video. It said AuthorTube Newbie Tag. So I clicked on that and watched it. It was by Jenna the Dark One. And, well, this is my response to it. Question 2. What genres do you write in? Well, I write in science fiction and fantasy. And at the moment I'm writing science fiction. It is NaNoWriMo at the moment, so I'm trying to work on that if I can get the time. But I also like to write in fantasy, and I think, well, I've got a couple ideas that I'm working on for fantasy, but they're taking the back burner to my science fiction. Question 3. What is your preferred writing tense, point of view, and category of story? For writing tense, that would be past. I prefer past tense. For point of view is third person limited. That seems to be a lot more traditional, and that is what I prefer. And category of story, definitely adult. I'm not much of a young adult writer. So I prefer adult. I like to read adult. Question 4. Are you a plotter, pantser, or plantser? Plantser is an interesting word. I'd say I'm a plotter. I tend to like to outline everything I'm going to write first. I need to know what's going to happen. I need to know what's going to happen at the end. Everything in the middle I try to outline as well. However, I do not make these elaborate outlines. I tend to like to let my characters develop themselves and somewhat direct the direction of the story. Yeah, direct the direction of the story. So maybe I'm a plantser. Question 5. Are you self-published, published, or yet to be published? At the moment, yet to be published. I have actually done some of my stuff on my blog. Actually, I guess it's my official website. But it's not for sale. It's free for anyone to read. So, is that self-published? Probably, I'll just say I'm yet to be published. Question 6 is a long one. What publishing company, literary agent, and/or printing company are you represented by or use? If you're not yet published, what is your dream publishing house and/or literary agent? Since I'm not going to be going the traditional way, I'm going through Kindle and probably Smashwords too. I'll probably do both. But I guess CreateSpace as well. I'm not intending on getting a literary agent unless something happens that makes me think that this is absolutely going to get picked up traditionally. The thing is, I don't like it when someone else tries to control what I'm writing. I prefer to have total control over what I'm writing. So I think I'll go self-published. Question 7. What AuthorTube related videos can we expect to find on your channel? Well, you already can. The series that I call Author's Answer is already available on my channel, and at the moment it's up to number 18 or 17. I can't remember. Well, after this video is made, there's going to be one published, I believe. I'm putting this video up on Sunday. There's an Author's Answer coming up on Saturday. So I will just put right up here that, no, over here, yeah. a card to the playlist. I'm also planning on doing a few videos about my own writing and probably some writing tips if that's requested. I'd like to do that too. Also, I'm going to be reading some of my writing. Let's see how that goes over. Question 8. When did you start writing? For fiction, probably high school, but that was just an assignment in high school. As for seriously writing, I started the development of my science fiction world back in 2000, I think the year 2000, and I've been developing it ever since. I am currently writing in it. Question 9. What was the first story you ever wrote? Again, this goes back to high school. I wrote a story for English class about some people that were up in space on the space shuttle, and then they got hit by an asteroid, or probably not an asteroid, but something smaller, and they had to try to crash land on the Earth. And that's it. Question 10. What authors have inspired your writing the most? Well, there's a few. Tolkien is one. He's the one who got me into fantasy, of course. And then as for science fiction, I wouldn't say there's really any one author except for Anne McCaffrey. I really love her Pern series, and I've wanted to create a kind of world, like a science fiction world that is a bit like fantasy. So it's kind of a mix. However, I'm not doing dragons. Also, Terry Brooks has been a bit of an influence for me. There's one world that I'm creating that has suffered a catastrophe, and well, I'm showing what happens afterwards, but that's where the similarities end. It is totally different. Question 11. Do you schedule your writing sessions or simply get to writing whenever you can find the time? Well, it's mostly been whenever I could find the time. My own work schedule fluctuates during the week. It's not the same time every day. And although it's NaNoWriMo right now, I am trying to make sure I write in the late evening as well as any time that I have alone in the morning when I'm not working. So I guess a mix of both. Question 12. Do you type on a computer, typewriter, write everything out by hand, or use a blend of those? And where do you write in general? I use my computer. I do some work by hand in a notebook, but that is just taking notes. Although I have written in a notebook, but then I later transfer it to computer. And then I usually find out that when I write by computer, it's longer. When I write by hand, it's shorter. So I think I prefer computer. As to where I write, at the moment, I write in the kitchen. I don't really have anywhere at the moment. I will have an office though. Question 13. What are you most looking forward to now that you're a part of AuthorTube? Well, just being part of a new community, although it's kind of a subset of BookTube, I think, but it would be nice to find a few authors as well that are on YouTube. It will be interesting, maybe exchanging ideas, like tips and support, and just having some author friends. That would be great. So, who do I tag? Well, if you are an author and you are on YouTube and you're watching this, I compel you to do this tag. Yes, you have been tagged. If you have any comments, please leave them in the comment section below. Also, if you like the video, please give it a big thumbs up, and please subscribe right over here. And check out these videos while you're at it. I'm sure you'll like something you see there. So thank you for going on this journey through writing with me. See you in the next video.